Welcome. February 1st. Wednesday. First of the month. Get up, get up, get up. All right. Welcome to the Working Man Community Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon T., where we talk about everything important to the working man. And this is our Wednesday edition. And so, we got today for you, the stack of stuff. Florida wins the battle with Democrat states. George Santos. I think he sees it coming. Some space news, science news for you today. We got a lot happening in the NFL. We got a message from David Tepper, and we have some more hirings happened on Tuesday. Let's start with the top. Texas hires 49ers defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans as their next head coach. Congratulations, DeMeco. DeMeco was at with the 49ers defensive coordinator and had the 49ers with the number one defense in the league. Yep. DeMeco Ryans used to play for the Houston Texans early in his career. Yep. And so Tuesday, he officially announced as the head coach, and they agreed to terms. And the terms is a 6-year deal. So Houston has been one of the funny places for coaches over the last few years. Hopefully, DeMeco is what they really wanted, because the Houston Texans had Lovie Smith, and then they had a couple other guys between Bill O'Brien, and now. And if y'all are Houston fans out there, y'all remember the Bill O'Brien days. They gave Bill O'Brien the whole thing. He was GM. He was able to be GM and pick players, and also Bill O'Brien came from the New England Patriots, which in that coaching tree has not made it very well at all. That coaching tree, I don't know, like I said, Bill Belichick's scheme and mindset is not replicatable. It shows that by the coaches that come out of New England. Like I said, congratulations to DeMeco Ryans. Like I said, this has been something that's been highly talked about, that the Houston Texans wanted DeMeco Ryans, and they was able to hire him today because the 49ers they couldn't offer him the job last week because 49ers were playing in the championship game. But now that that's over, their season's done. He's now the coach out there. And like I said, he gets a 6-year deal. Hopefully, Houston, let the man put his whole plan into place. Don't push him out too soon. Because y'all know y'all out there, Houston, Texas, the owner, you know what I'm saying? You just firing guys left, right, and center. But I'm going to give the kudos to this. You have given black coaches a fair shake and actually hired some. They actually hired the last 3. Houston, I want to see what y'all do with that team. And so forth out there. Like I said, after the Deshaun Watson stuff, y'all going to need some rebooting. DeMeco, capable guy. I think he'd do very well out there. And the next bit of coaching news, the Broncos have agreed to a deal with the Saints to hire Sean Payton as their head coach. Yes, Sean Payton is back. You know, he took a year off. I guess he was tired of coaching the Saints, went to the booth one year, and now he's back. The Denver Broncos finalized a deal on Tuesday to acquire former head coach of the Saints. Yes, yep. And so this one's going to be a little different because the Saints, he was still under contract with the Saints, so they wanted some compensation, some serious compensation to get him. Because like I said, he wasn't going back to the Saints, but they wanted serious compensation. So the Saints will receive a 2023 first-round pick. Yeah, so that should be the 29th overall pick. And 2024 should get a second-round pick in exchange for Sean Payton. So that's a lot. So Denver, y'all must think that y'all have y'all team right now. Y'all don't need a first-round pick or a second-round pick next year. Y'all must think that y'all will just coach away. That Russell Wilson's deficiencies was in Nathaniel Hackett not call plays, just being a coordinator because of Aaron Rodgers. So I guess y'all say that was a dark age. That team was just a good coach away. So we'll see what Sean Payton does there. And and oh snap! And hold on. And there's a future third round pick. Oh wow! So they get a second, they get a first, a second, and then a third. Depends on how well Sean Payton does for him. Ain't that something? They gave a lot for a coach. And Sean Payton can't run or pass or tackle anybody. But like I said, I hope that what happens here is that, you know what I'm saying, Sean Payton makes the Denver Broncos respectable again. Like I said, that last year with Nathaniel Hackett was horrible. And like I said, he was somebody that shouldn't have got the job at all. But I mean, they thought Aaron Rodgers, but the old ownership and the old GM over there was that John Lynch? Not John Lynch. Was that John Elway or whatever? Whoever that was that made the decision to bring Nathaniel Hackett in, y'all should have got in writing that Aaron Rodgers was coming with him. Just a handshake deal that Rodgers was coming was ridiculous, to say the least. But like I said, those two good coaching hires. Now there's two more coaching vacancies out there, and that's the Cardinals and the Colts. So we'll see how those go. All right, we'll stay in the football and sports realm. You know what I'm saying? Happy Wednesday. I'm taking this to the Carolina Panthers. Panthers owner David Tepper admit to mistakes of hiring CEO-type head coach Matt Rhule. Now let's go back. So when he hired Matt Rhule, right, he bought the team from Jerry Richardson, and he wanted Matt Rhule. Because Matt Rhule was in the sports media talk as one of the hot coaches to come up, and the Giants were looking at him and so forth. And so he jumped on it. Regardless of who was out there, didn't care about nothing. He saw that Matt Rhule was a talk, and he went and hired Matt Rhule. Bought Matt Rhule's contract out at Baylor. Gave Matt Rhule 7 years, $63 million deal because he bought in the hype harder than anybody knows. And like I said, but think about it. The Giants were the only team interested in him, but the Giants went and got New England's special team coach, and that pretty much was a horrible year. He got fired after 1 year. But somehow, Matt Rhule made it 2.5 years. All right. So here's the story. Despite the background of a short-order cook, Matt Rhule's suit was a bit too coy for the Carolina Panthers, and on Tuesday, owner David Tepper admitted that. Tepper chopped it up to a bit of Tepper chopped it up a bit with reporters following the introduction press conference of new head coach Frank Wright. I'm gonna say this: we didn't need to bring Frank Wright in, and like I said, I think this is another one of those. You know what I'm saying? Owner, he don't know what he do. I'm gonna say he don't know what to do. I mean, can you make stock choices and so forth and buy businesses and so forth? And somebody gave somebody to get going. Don't be you don't know about everything. So he brings in Frank Wright that got fired from the Colts midseason. And then, let's see. And he said, first off, every year we get into these NFL meetings, he said, and every year they put some new rules and benefits to the offense. Every single year. He said it twice. So he was underlining it every single year. And it's never going to end. So okay. So I decided to hire a offensive-minded coach. My thing is this. As I said, I have a problem with this because, like I said, you could have hired a offensive coordinator guru. There are plenty of those out there. But why does the head coach have to be offensive? You could have left Wilkes in place, defense, just make the defense strong, Wilkes, and give that other side. Tepper? Oh, because he was black. because you let the black guy be the interim guy that ain't really driving nothing, and you hire. Never mind. Forget I've said anything. Okay, so he like I said, he said that, you know, he didn't like Matt Rhule's style of CEO, but he had to have him though. Remember that. Remember, he had to have him. Overpaid for him because he had to have him. Yep. So what we got here? We got an interesting one. So Frank Wright himself started off early in the afternoon and said he and General Manager Scott Furter will have distinct roles to determine which the 53-man roster will be on every Sunday. And Fritter will also have say-so over the roster, and he will have say-so who gets the dress. So you know what's funny about this? Because let's think about it. So when the owner hired Matt Rhule first, and then told Matt Rhule, you got carte blanche over all operations and stuff run through you. Right? And then he hired Matt Fritter, GM. Hey, you just do the paperwork. He gonna tell you what to do. You do the paperwork. And so now that the cycle is back the other way, that the GM and the coach, they're underlining the fact that the GM here is got to say so over everything. And so I look at it like this. Did you really have to say it? Was it necessary? Was that in the new contract y'all put in there? All right, Frank, right? We know you play offense before, but you know you was over there all that quarterback changing you did in the Colts, and they probably let you do it. But not here anymore. Scott Fritter is going to make all the decisions, and you're going to say, okay. Scott Fritter is going to tell you who your quarterback is. He's going to tell you who's going to start. He's going to tell you your rotation of players, and you going to be quiet. And I guess that was like, okay. I guess that was a little weak on the swing. All right. Transition. Science news. A green comet will pass the Earth for the first time in 50,000 years. Here, where, and when you gonna see it? Let me tell you where you gonna see it at, y'all. The comet is outside our solar system, set to buzz the Earth on Wednesday. Look outside right now. Let's see. Sky watchers have a chance to glimpse at the comet as it goes by. Yep. The flyby is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see a green comet. It's green. Which poses no risk to the Earth because it continues on a far-fetched orbit around the sun. So you can peek at it. Okay. The comet is officially called C/2022E3ZTF. You know what that means? So, you know, you can name the comet. So I guess a whole bunch of people that was with you naming the comet, you know what I'm saying? All y'all gonna name the comet together. So, hey, put my initials on it. This is when we saw it, and so forth. Will make its closest appearance to the Earth on Wednesday and could be bright enough to see through a telescope or bifocal lens on a clear day. Or clear night. Let's see. At this closest point of the comet will be 26 million miles from the Earth. And last time the comet went by, this comet visited Earth was in the upper protosphere during the time of the Neanderthals. So the Neanderthals might have saw it last time around. But y'all can see it this time. So, like I said, just take a look at it. You probably see it. You probably local news will be talking about it if it's close enough to this side of the world that you can see it. So, hopefully, it's not raining. And get your telescopes out. All right. Our next story, we're going a little bit of the political realm, but when I say political realm, we're not going deep into politics, but we're going into politicians. Representative George Santos will he will be asked to he's asking to recuse himself from a committee assignment during a probe. Now, George Santos is a New York congressman that asked the Speaker of the House, Mike McCarthy, to temporarily recuse him from committee assignment until he's cleared. What did George Santos do, you wonder? See, George Santos, who admitted to lying about his background. George is one of them guys, this sounds like George one of those guys that added a little color to his resume. Slid it in and got the job. And then once he got the job, there was some checks at the resume. It's periodically. Hey, I'm calling to verify. George Santos work over there? Ooh, George Santos. Oh. Yeah, so he lied about it. He lied about his background. And then when they found out about it, like I said, political realm, man, they background check it a million times. They running against you to try to find something on you. And he's been asked to resign his seat for Congress, but he has not. And he's assigned to the small business and the science community and the science committees. And so he won't be a part of those until he's quote unquote clear. But we all know what's going to happen to George Santos. Let's see. George Santos is a Republican, so he didn't get tossed out of. He still got seated. Let's see. George Santos, however, is not going far enough in the eyes of fellow Republicans, representative Congress in the District of Long Island. So they're like, "Hey, throw him out. Let's put somebody in." The term just started. George Santos, buddy. You tried that one, didn't you? I'm going to say you tried that one. And I do believe George Santos also accused of misappropriating campaign funds also. So, George, what you gonna do, buddy? Really? Did you do it or did you not do it? I mean, you admitted to lying about your resume and your background. And I think you lied about what school you went to. So, at this point, should you just give it up? I mean, save what little bit you got and go about your business? Or you just try to ride it out till they throw you out? You know what I'm saying? Your checks come every month or a week or however y'all get paid as congressmen out there. So maybe that's what it is. All right, and our final story. We're going to talk about Florida. What's going on, Florida? Here we go. Headline. Judge dismisses lawsuit over migrationist flights to Martha's Vineyard. Migrants going to Martha's Vineyard, where the rich folks at. Yeah, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis won a court battle which accused his administration of withholding public records about taxpayer-funded flights of illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. So let me tell you what was happening. So when they bring in people cross the border into Texas, and then they start dispersing them around the country. They were dispersing these people in certain areas. And so Florida was one of the ones they were dispersing them there. So what Florida did was, once they came to Florida, he sent them to the rich part of, I think Martha's Vineyards in Massachusetts, I think it's out Massachusetts, out that way somewhere. So he chartered a plane. Flight cost $12 million. State funded, $12 million. Put those people on the plane and flew them to Martha's Vineyard and dropped them off. So they came into Florida. We redirected them, sent them over there to where the rich folks at. And they did not like that at all. The Democrats out that way had a problem. It's like, oh, Democrats, y'all said bring them in, so y'all gonna take some of them too. Yeah. And so, like I said, so there was a lawsuit because they used the state funds to do it, and the judge threw it out. Yep. Let's see, he threw out the grounds of the center does not provide evidence of the documents of existing Texas. What does that mean? The burden of the plaintiff was to prove that they made a significant request for public records, and they did not. And so they would try to, like I said, they would try to figure out where these people were coming from that came, they got the Martha's Vineyard, because they was not directed there by the federal government. So, like I said, they figured out they came from Florida, sued the governor, sued the administration, and that case was dismissed. Sorry, nothing was wrong there. Enjoy your new residence. Yeah. So I'll tell you that, like I said, that's something else, right? But anyway, so people, Black having a football. Congratulations to DeMeco Ryans, Black head coach. Congratulations to Sean Payton. Like I said, that should make that division more competitive. Yeah. Hey, look up at the stars and see the comet today. And with that said, I'm your host, Brandon T. This has been a Working Man Committee podcast. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. The next time being Friday. Peace.